elderly, their pets, et cetera, the Milk Digital ID, if you've heard of us. One of the things that we started working with Affinity Marketing on was the BOSS program. In the very inception of BOSS, the business owner sales strategy, where you talk to the employer and then you have a chance to talk to their employees. What farmers found out was that 89% of the employers said they will allow a farmer's agent to come talk to their employees about a worthwhile cause. What they were having a hard time coming up with was the worthwhile cause. What is it? You can't consider auto rates. The employers don't necessarily consider that a worthwhile cause, but the gift of home organizer that can protect their kids, protect their pets, protect their valuables is considered a worthwhile cause. So it's a lunch and learn, which we call a cookies and milk session. But we've wrapped it all together in a program with Client Focus, which we talk about in detail on tomorrow's webinar. We have scripts on how you talk to the business owner, whether you do it yourself or whether you use Client Focus to talk to the business owner. It could be current commercial, it could be new prospects for commercial. You can get a listing of commercial accounts in your area. But the phone call is made to the business owner to talk about the gifting of Home Organizer on an initial meeting, and then it transitions itself into the gifting of Home Organizer to all of their employees. Again, a gift that will protect their kids, pets, valuables, all of that sort of stuff. But we've got all the scripting, all the PowerPoints, everything that you would need. What we find out is during these lunch and learn meetings, 9 out of 10 people in the room say they would like a copy of the software. And then 37% of the people will have checked information on your contact card, which we talk about using our special contact card that lets you alter this or edit this according to your needs. But that's basically the premise of the program, is using this to get your foot in the door, not only with the employer, but then also a way to meet all the employees. We also just read the agency Insider last week, 306,000 BOSS leads were mailed out this month. So if you were one of those recipients, or if you were one of those people sending out the BOSS leads, how are you going to get your foot in the door? That's where we come into play. You've heard Joel talk about the relationship with Client Focus and how good they are. We have totally enjoyed all of our dealings with them. They are, as Joel said, above board, just totally honest, and they're like an extension of your agency. Well, we are a tool that can be used to work with Client Focus, get your foot in the door, meet potential employers, potential commercial accounts, and then filter your way on down to all their employees for PNC business.
And then the beauty of working with them is running it through their company, they make it ad-aidable. So
exactly, yes. We are a turnkey vendor. Dean, I forgot to mention that, yes.
So Rob will tell more details. That webinar is tomorrow at 1 o'clock Central Time. If you need an invitation for that, Rob will send one out. But if you need one and you're not on our mailing list, call our toll-free number, and I'll give that number out here in a second. But call her, and we'll shoot you an email out that you can register. Our toll-free number is 877-692-3400. And then let's just open this up for questions, either for Joel or Rob or myself. If you got some questions right now, let's do it.
This is Greg Castillo, farmer's agent in Fresno, California. This message
has
questions for Joel.
Okay.
Hey, Joel, on your leads, you said to make contact with them and follow up with them, whether it be letter, phone call, email, or whatever. But on your initial contact, do you try and get an appointment to do a fact-finding mission out there? In other words, so you can inspect their building and see exactly what they do, or is it all just over the phone or email or whatever the first time?
Whenever we write or quote somebody, we always go inspect it. So typically, our response to a lead that we get from Client Focus is we just call the people, and it's basically, in a nutshell, hey, we had a note here that you were interested in getting a quote from us. You spoke to a lady yesterday from our office, and we just wanted to follow up to see when would be a good time to meet, and just kind of leave it kind of open-ended to see what they want to do. And we call all of them, whether their renewal just happened at 6 months down the road, a year, or next month. We always call and try to get in the door right away. I've never really done a lot with X-dating. If they want to switch today and the renewal's not for 8 months, that's fine with me. I don't wait till the renewal date. We try to get in there from day one, and if they put us off, then that's when we go into the stay in connection mode, I guess, where we may, try to look them up on Facebook or try to send them a letter or just something to stay in front of them. And typically if they say they don't want to do anything with us until, October, we just may say, we'd like to stay in contact with you and, maybe send you some information between now and then. What's the best way to stay in contact and get that feedback from them?
Yeah, because that's what I've done just recently. From another conference call, I guess, about a couple months ago, I started calling every one of them, the leads I get, and it has made a difference, but I didn't know if there was something more I could be doing.
We just try to follow up right off the bat. I mean, you run a business as I do. You know how many telemarketing calls a day that you may get. And, if you tell someone you're interested, but to call you back in 8 months, the chances of remembering that are fairly slim. So we want to make sure when Client Focus gets us that solid lead, we don't let it go to waste. And then we typically let the client tell us how they want us to stay in contact with them between now and the time they give them a quote.
And I think Greg, I'm sorry, go ahead, Greg.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I just had one last question. I don't want to hog all the time here. But Joel, I know you guys are targeting restaurants. You said that's something you grew up in, that business. Is there, I guess, any other risk or industry that is, I guess, second nature or easier for you that you guys have found you've had more success, so you've totally gotten away from other risks, and do you stay just with that restaurants and that's it only, or are you expanding that?
No, we've had them calling everything. We had a good deal of success with like trucking, sand and gravel haulers. We had some decent results with hotels and motels. We've done, the main street business, florist, clothing stores, whatever you may see in a downtown setting. We've had them call just about everything, where I personally may focus on the restaurants or the trucking or the hotels. I've got staff that may go out and try to do the auto service and repair or, whatever it is. And typically what I do when we call is I may call underwriting or call our commercial wholesaler and find out what rates, what product we have really good rates in right now, or ask underwriting what they're seeing a lot of competitive quotes coming through on, and get a feel for what industries we're hitting it off in right now, and then maybe run that for 2 or 3 months, and then we'll, maybe change it up and go to a different industry rather than staying in the same industry, continuously.
Yeah, because I've been trying to stay away from the industries where we are doing a ton of business because here in Fresno, there's 400 million farmers insurance agents, and the town's just not that big.
Yeah, see, Ohio, we have 350 in the state, so we don't have that every agent in every corner, so it's a little easier for us. But there again, too, there's a lot of agents within farmers that don't take advantage of the commercial products. So even when there are a lot, you still have a decent advantage.
I appreciate your advice, and again, I'm sorry for hogging all the time. Go ahead, somebody else. I'm sorry, but thank you.
Hey, Joel, Mike Kaufman down in Grove City. 2 questions that I've got. A, do you use the social media to maintain your contact, or is there something that you use with Facebook and some of those things that would enhance what Client Focus Connections does? And then I got another question after that.
Yeah, we do a lot with the social media. We'll try to find the businesses on there, and sometimes I'll find the business on Facebook and try to connect with them direct. And if I can't get to the right person, then I'll send that lead over to Client Focus and just be like, hey, add this name to the list. Here's the number and the person you need to try to get a hold of for us. Or if we do get a lead on that business, then, of course, we'll try to find that business on Facebook and follow them and comment and try to start interacting with them to get our name in front of them.
Gotcha. Now, they also have a service here that is managing the lists. Have you used that? And if the answer to that is yes, what's been your experience and how does it work?
We've used that for, I don't know how long, but basically since they've had the list generation available to us, we've taken advantage of it, and it's easy to use. I tell them, what industry we want, what zip code I want, and how many miles around that zip code I want them to search, and they'll pull a list down for me. They'll send it to me so I can scrub it, and then we send it back to them, and, they go to work on the calls.
Okay, so you do the scrubbing instead of them.
Yeah, you can. I mean, I don't, maybe I'm speaking out of turn. I'm sure Dean and them would, but I like to scrub it to make sure, if I'm calling restaurants, we're not calling someone we already insure, or, sometimes a bar or, a business that may not fit our mold